And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry. Might be a solo show today, but that's fine. I got some picks from the other guys that I'll go over at the end, and I'll just let everybody know what I'm on today. So we will jump right into the first game. The Houston Astros plus 150 are in New York again, facing the Yankees minus 170. A total of 8 in this game. Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. He's pitched really well as of late. On the year, he's 6-1 with a 3.14 ERA. In his last game against Tampa Bay, he went 7 innings and gave up 1 hit and 1 earned run, 3 walks, 12 strikeouts. The game before that, also against Tampa Bay, 5 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and 6 innings. A very bad game before that against Minnesota. Now at home against the Astros, coming off a loss. The Yankees coming off a rare loss yesterday. Christian Javier on the other side has pitched pretty well his previous 2 games. Again, kind of like Cole, the third game against Seattle, he did pretty bad. 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 3.2 innings. So both pitchers coming off 2 pretty good innings as of late. But I like the edge here with the Yankees. What I did is I took their money line and parlayed it with another team that we'll get to later. I like the Yankees to win this game, but I'm not overly confident to take the run line. So I'm just going Yankees money line parlayed with another team that I'll get to shortly. We'll jump into the second game here. The Boston Red Sox plus 140 are headed to Cleveland minus 160. A total of 8.5 in this one. This Cleveland team has been playing very well as of late, and are currently leading their division. And now they have Shane Bieber on the mound. Bieber in his last 2 games, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 earned runs in Colorado, in LA. So pretty good numbers for being in those 2 parks. Bringing up his home stats here. At home this year, he's 1-2 with a 4.35 ERA. So actually a higher ERA at home than on the road, but he's only played 4 home games here. Facing Boston on the other side, Winkowski also coming off 2 wins. He's coming off 2 wins, but they were against Detroit and Oakland. His previous game before that, a loss against Baltimore. So he hasn't quite played a team like this Cleveland team is playing right now. And with Bieber on the mound, I took Cleveland first 5 minus a half, which I got for minus 110. The best odds I could find for that. I like Cleveland to be leading after 5 innings, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win the full game with how hot they've been playing as of late. What's up, Eddie? Let's make that money. Yeah, I hope so. There's definitely some good spots on today's slate. We'll jump into the third game here, my favorite game of the day. The Cincinnati Reds plus 205 are in San Francisco, minus 245, a total of 7.5 in this one. I like the Giants. I like the Giants for a few reasons. The fact that they lost yesterday's game is even better. Mike Minor on the mound for the Reds, 34 years old, but kind of looking a little bit more like 37 or 38 lately. In his last 3 games, 2 losses and 1 win. The 1 win was against Arizona, and he gave up 8 hits and 4 earned runs and 2 walks in that win. So giving up 4 earned runs in a win, you basically got bailed out by your team's offense. In the other game against Arizona and Milwaukee, both losses, 6 hits, 4 earned runs against Milwaukee, 3 hits, 3 earned runs against Arizona. He has not really pitched well If you look at his splits on the road, he's 1-0 in one game, but with a 5.68 ERA. So he hasn't really played much on the road here. Logan Webb on the other side. After some shaky starts to start the season, he's kind of turned things around here and kind of looked like the pitcher from last year. The pitcher I want to back. He's 6-2 on the year with a 3.26 ERA. In his last game, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, no walks against in Atlanta. The previous 2 games at home, no earned runs and 5 hits against Kansas City, and 2 earned runs and 7 hits against Colorado. I look for them to get the lead here. Giants need to win this game. I like the over 7.5. Yeah, I'm on San Francisco team total over 4.5, which I got at -110. I like for them to get at least 5 runs in this game, and I'm also on San Francisco -1.5 at -104. I don't see the Reds competing in this game. Margie's taking the over, so she's with you there, Eddie, and the over. Best of luck, guys. Obviously, I'm on San Francisco team total over 4.5. So if they're going to get 5 runs, I hope the full game would go over as well. But we'll move on along here. The Dodgers +130 are in Atlanta -150. A total of 8.5 in this game. Mitch White on the mound for the Dodgers. That's basically why the Dodgers are such big underdogs in this spot. But if you look at Mitch White, and you look what he's done, he's pitched very well on the road. In 3 games, he's 0-0, but he is 2.25 ERA, and that's 3 games started, 5 games total. During the night, they're playing at night. At night, he's 0-1 with a 3.86 ERA in 6 games, 4 games started. So not the best numbers. Obviously, there's a pitching advantage here with Max Fried on the other side. I was thinking yesterday with Freddie Freeman's return to Atlanta that Atlanta would try to kind of show him up a little bit, but unfortunately they weren't able to get the job done. Max Fried in his last 3 games against San Francisco, 1 earned run, 5 hits. Against Washington in a win, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, and then 1 earned run and 8 hits against Pittsburgh. He's been pitching pretty well, but he has to face this powerhouse Dodgers team. But I like the first 5 under 4.5, which I actually got at +104. So I like a little bit of a lower scoring start to this game. Keep it under 4 runs in the first 5 innings, and I'll be happy here. But I like the first 5 under with this one. Moving on along, BetStamp, Code Wild. I'm on BetStamp. All my picks are on there. As soon as I bet them, I put them on. BetStamp is awesome for finding odds. As you can see here, I was looking at Minnesota first 5 at the first 5 run line. The best odds currently -125 at BWin, but you can find -0.5 at -144 at FanDuel. So that's a big difference. You can see a lot of the prices here. They show all the books, all the different prices. You can go to different kinds of bets, kind of whatever you're looking for. You sign up, use Code Wild, and also BetStamp, great for finding other people's picks and also transparency. There's a little button that shows that it's been a verified bet, so that the odds were the odds that are clicked in when they were clicked in. So BetStamp is just great and absolutely amazing for finding odds here. We'll go to last pitch. The only other games that I have here, my parlay, which I didn't fully say, the Yankees money line parlayed with San Francisco money line is +123. So that's my one parlay for the day. I like the Yankees to win. I like San Francisco to win. So plus 123 for both teams is pretty good. And New York Mets and Miami, I am on that game over 7.5, which I got at minus 105. I like runs, kind of like yesterday's game. If a game with Alcantara can go over, I'm pretty sure a game with Chris Bassett, who has not really pitched that well. He is a 4.03 ERA, but facing a Mets team that can, facing a Marlins team that can hit righties. On the other side, Trevor Rogers, who looked great last year, has just been pretty much awful this year. 5.83 ERA. I think we can get the over 7.5 pretty confidently here. And let's see the comments. I like that parlay, Terry. Very tempting. Yeah, I like it. Def Mets game over. Yeah, I like runs in this one. Give me runs. Hopefully runs early, so there's not like a sweat. But I'll take runs however I can get them. I'll move on along to the 2 Canadian football games before we get to best bets. Edmonton Elks plus 8.5, plus 300 on the money line are headed to Calgary, minus 8.5, minus 380 on the money line, a total of 48. If you watched yesterday's show, I do have a 2-game parlay that had Winnipeg money line in it, which won yesterday, and it has Calgary money line in it today to win for minus 121. Kind of a Calgary's minus 380, so they're huge favorites here, but for a good reason. Edmonton is a pretty bad team, but 8.5 points is a lot. 8.5 points is a lot. So my recommendation is to take Calgary to win because I do believe that they will win, but I don't know if they win by 9. So in case of a close game, the best way to do this is to parlay them with someone else because I'm pretty confident that they win this game. I'll move on to the next one before we get to best bets. The Toronto Argonauts plus 3.5, plus 150 on the money line are headed to BC. Minus 3.5, minus 170 on the money line, a total of 50 in this game. This one I'm kind of torn on. I'm kind of tempted with Toronto plus 3.5, but BC obviously played really good in their first game. Both these teams have only played one game, so it's kind of interesting to see what happens here. But I have to lean with BC on the money line, but I didn't place anything yet in this one because I'm kind of torn on what might happen here. But we will go on to best bets. Let me bring up the screen here. Second. Go to best bets. And we'll start with dog of the day, as we usually do. And Nick actually sent his in here. He's unable to type it. For me, my dog of the day, no big surprise. Toronto Blue Jays. I'm going to take them when they're this big of a dog. I'll put them as my dog of the day here. Nick, he's going Colorado Rockies as his dog of the day. Tim is going to the WNBA, taking Phoenix Mercury. Occupancy is taking the Seattle Mariners. And Jake is also taking the Seattle Mariners as his dog of the day. For over and under. For me, I'm taking the Dodgers and Atlanta first 5 under 4.5. And Nick has actually also decided that he's going to take the same thing. Tim is going LA Seattle under 161 in WNBA. Occupancy is going Tampa Bay Pittsburgh under 7. And Jake is taking Philadelphia San Diego over 7.5 for his total. Best bets, best parlay pieces. We'll start with best parlay piece. For me, it's San Francisco money line. Nick, it's Cleveland Guardians money line. Tim is going New York Mets money line. Occupancy is taking the Yankees money line. And Jake is going San Francisco first 5 money line in this one. And then we'll go to best bets. And I'll type in Nick's here. He's going Cleveland minus 1.5. which I'll find the odds for after the show. For me, I kind of, I'll be honest, I like Occupancy's parlay here, and then I tailed him on it. So I'm going Yankees, San Francisco plus 123, both on the money line. As I said, Nick is taking Cleveland minus 1.5. Tim is taking the Yankees minus 1.5 and the Mets minus 1.5. So a New York parlay, both to win by 2, plus 351. Occupancy is going, as I said, the Yankees and San Francisco money line. And then Jake is going Atlanta Braves first 5 money line as his best bet. And that is the show. Best of luck to everybody tonight on your bets. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. And we will see you again tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Best of luck tonight, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.